In as much as you are free to reflect what is happening in the society, you also have a duty to place.
Hey, what's up, burritos? Welcome to another Countdown Quickie where I give you a trending topic in a jiffy. Now, today we're talking about Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his statement about dancehall music and how it might, have something to do with violence. People, this is not nothing new. Them type of something here, them type of reasoning here happened from Wappy Kill Philip. From Bob Marley did sing, Three Little Birds. From Bob Marley did I run up and down and I say, one love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. From Nene and Maroon, they can't feel and I run and I jump and try to shot, fight off the gunshot them from her posterior. This conversation has been going on. And so, this is what Prime Minister Andrew Holness said in Parliament recently when he was speaking about the entire climate of the nation in regards to what happened with Kanish Jackson. Just a tragic story. Here's what he said.
In our music and in our culture. In as much as you are free to reflect what is happening in the society, you also have a duty to place it in context. That to take up the AK-47 and turn it in a man's head. That is not right. And though you have the protection of the Constitution to sing about it, you also have a duty to the children who are listening to you to say, man, that is not right. And until the society comes to the understanding that all forms of violence is wrong. But we are not there yet. Because as I speak today, I'm expecting the headlines tomorrow. Leave this one alone. Leave that alone. Go talk about something else.
So yeah, burritos, you must know that this is not anything new. This is an age-old conversation. Like, come on, people, we've always been talking about this. One of them is the soca versus dancehall debate. And then you have, does dancehall influence the culture or the culture influence dancehall? Hassan and Colfat. And what I will say is that I'm not one of them persons there who go and say that, dancehall make nobody get up and kill anybody or, goes out and to do any harmful act. But I do believe that dancehall, our music in general, does influence culture and in terms of the belief systems and what people look at as having value or the type of morals or the type of stuff that a country holds dear. There's a reason why when you go to the dance, there's a certain thing where say, yo, bonfire upon somebody who, if you are gay, or it might be like bonfire if you do oral sex, and that tends to kind of shape that sort of moral compass in terms of the type of acts that are publicly endorsed and the type of acts that are prohibited. And so dancehall, nobody can act as if dancehall doesn't shape the culture in terms of a certain value system. And so I do believe that in the music there is a lot of glorification of violence and the gunman type of culture. You really do see music where it comes out from the dancehall space that is going to talk about a gunman in a less than positive light. It's usually a thing like, the most you might hear is like, put down the gun, but most of the time it's like an honor to be a bad man. It's an honor to be a bad man, and the bad man is kind of seen as a superhero in the narrative of dancehall music. And so, once again, I forgot to say, I don't believe no music, nobody get up and go take up no gun and go do these things, but it definitely does shape the nation's, we call it like viewpoint in terms of how we regard people who are the perpetrators of violence. And so I would dare anybody who believes that it doesn't go so. If you can look at somebody like a Vybz Kartel that basically talked about good or no, come up back and basically spoke openly about oral sex, and then that having that sort of change or gave a lot of women the confidence who, they don't want to do the little things and give them the confidence and kind of push people to be a lot more open with their sexuality. If you can give Vybz Kartel credit for that, why can't you give artists credit for in terms of kind of condoning a certain culture of honoring the gunman culture. I kind of flustered with my words, but please just kind of bear with me. I'm not all that eloquent when I kind of just talk off the top of my head. And so we've never seen if we've never seen a song come out. Wait, hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. We will always come and talk about, say, yo, music, the artist, them just reflect the culture. But why you can't reflect what is happening from a standpoint where you are basically saying that the gunman and violence and killing people in a broad daylight is wrong? Why it is always where the gunman has to be the superhero? What is so wrong with doing a song? You kind of like when Sham did do Get a Story, and him did say, I remember those days when hell was my home, and he was talking about experiences that he saw around him. And to, in the verse, you can say like, yo, he's reflecting what happens. The same thing like when Damian Junior Gang Marley did Welcome to Jamrock. He spoke about the criminal activity that happened in the space, but it wasn't from a standpoint where he made he made the criminals the god in that scenario. They were the villains. And that is the issue that me keep on a jump to. Can you imagine the day if there was an artist who come out and basically mention, say, yeah, me beat up my girl in her face, me thump her, kick her out 10 different times, stab out her hole, and yeah, I'ma just do that. Do you think that people are going to be saying like, hey, he's just reflecting the society? Or people are going to say them now go play this on them airwaves and this is stupidness? If one artist if come out right now and go talk about, say, boy, him can't wait as me reach home, I go sleep with a little 9th grade girl, and yeah, worse when she just done the pep exam, me go draw for her panty. You mad? You think the artist that can come out and say him just reflect what is going on, because by right he is telling the truth. He would be reflecting what is happening in the country. But the glorification and the way that you would make somebody who's technically like a pervert like that, people wouldn't want to be condoning that pan them airwaves are going into the dance and a bust a blank pan it. We have gunman segment there. And me personally, like, me love the little gunman song when ready, because I know that's not my particular thing. But in the same way where every family can tell you, say, we have a little bad man uncle, a little bad man gunman cousin, every family right now, if one little war for pop off, somebody say them have somebody in them family with them can link. Where 1 minute we might talk about it and say, yo, it's really bad, but most Jamaicans, most of we know, say, if push come to shove, we are going to utilize a like a bad man part of our family and get them for kind of complete a mission if we wanted to do so. And that kind of speaks to the type of harboring of this. We have this weird relationship with this gunman culture. Like, we love it 1 minute, but when it gets a little bit too real, we want to pull back. Which is why like right now, I can't listen to gunman song because it feels a little bit too real. I don't mind listening to them, I feel like Jamaica not really are going too bad. But when I see the reality I hit too close to home, I don't necessarily want to sing and hear about Maro Fly and them like something there. That's just a personal thing, because you know them little shrimps there. So as you know, to kind of close, I kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts on this entire situation. What do you think of this debate? Once again, me I say, me no believe that violent music have nothing to do with nobody getting up and go shooting on anybody. But in terms of farming, in terms of shaping the culture, in terms of the things that we clap to and the things that we boo, definitely music does play a role in that, because music powerful, you know, man. If you agree with me and if you disagree with me, comment down below. Don't be afraid for say Berry, well, not really say me I idiot, but say, yo, you're definitely wrong with that. I'd love to hear these sort of things, and I understand the point of view from the entertainers as well, because I do believe in their right to talk about whatever they want to come talk about. But it's just the only issue that I have is just, please, if you're gonna talk about a gunman thing, why the gunman can never be the villain? Why it can't be that it is a bad thing? Why it always have to be that the gunman is a hero? That is all Mother Africa said. That is all. And let me know what you have to say, readers. This is a countdown quickie where I give you a trending topic in a jiffy. Sound off below, like, comment, and all of that stuff. Until next time, when I'll be talking about another hot topic. Bye bye.